here that clients leave. I have no idea what's about to be asked, but we will go and answer them live here. First one. How to get rid of serious back fat near arms, the stuff that looks like a person is in back of you and it's you. I like that question. All right, so basically they're talking about the underarms and that type of stuff there. So there's a couple different things. The triceps are involved with that, and then also the lats are involved with that. So one of my favorite exercises to do with that is actually taking a loop resistance band, and we call them swimmers. You're actually pulling away from the body and reaching out back as far as you can behind, squeezing and flexing that entire area back behind. The other one would just be taking a resistance band with your arms locked out front, separating, squeezing the shoulder blades so they're rolling in together, and squeezing all that nasty area back behind there on every rep. So resistance bands will be the best. The next question. I'm going to end breaking this glass sharp. Should I stretch before or after a workout? So that's an amazing question, because I think that's one of those that gets confused a lot. So what I want you to think about is this, like stretching before a workout is obviously going to be important if you have any pre-existing injuries. But the most important thing before a workout is actually getting blood primed and pumped into those muscles. So an active and a dynamic stretch like arm circles, leg kicks, high knees, hip rotations, those are going to be more beneficial things as far as preventing injury before a workout. Now after a workout, taking it through a long, slow stretch of each body part would probably be the best way to help to relieve soreness and increase that recovery time. But I would always say dynamic type warm up and stretching before a workout, more static and slow stretching after the workout. We have, holy cow, 5 more. All right, so the next one. How many calories should I eat? Now that is a very specific question depending on person. That is really going to depend on what your body's maintenance is. Until you actually sit down and track it for a consistent period of time and see if you either gain muscle, lost muscle, gain fat, or lost fat, nobody knows how many calories you should eat. So what I would say is start with some sort of baseline, whether it's 1,200 to 1,400 for ladies or 1,800 to 2,000 for guys. Track it for a steady amount of time and then see if you go up or down and make adjustments accordingly. Next one. When should I stop eating carbs? So what you want to think about is carbs are fuel for activity. So if you're not going to be active, don't eat carbs. So that could be any time throughout the day. So if between 12 and 4 you're not going to be active, you shouldn't eat carbs during that time. But if you're going to be active, say at a workout or boot camp from 4 between 6 p.m., then go ahead and have carbs right before that 4 o'clock time. So this question is really specific based on your energy expenditures and when you're going to be active. 3 more. Next one. How should I do my reps, fast or slow? So that's, again, going to vary depending on the workout. When you're using heavier weights, I would say slower, more controlled repetitions are going to be better, because you're going to keep constant tension on the muscle, less chance of bouncing, less chance of injury, and less kind of recoil with those actual weights. When you're going lighter, or when you're using resistance bands, you can go a little bit faster, but you're always going to get a benefit out of squeezing. So what I would say for the long answer short is you want to squeeze and feel every bit of muscle, every rep you're doing. If you're using heavier weights, just naturally think you're going to have to go slower. If you're using lighter, then you can still squeeze and flex, but you can go a little faster through the range. That's 2. Next one. What are net carbs? So for anybody counting carbohydrates on your diet, or anybody doing a low carbohydrate diet, you're always going to have on the label, it's going to have carbohydrates, then your dietary fiber, sugar alcohols, and then you have your net carbs would be what's remaining. So you want to take your total carbohydrates, subtract fiber, subtract sugar alcohols, and that will be your remaining carbohydrates. So the example would be if there's 20 carbs, 10 fiber, you're going to subtract those 2, your net carbs would be 10. Very last one. And the reason why those are called net carbs is those are the ones that impact your blood sugar. So, no questions for me. I just want to say hi. I love you all. White on rice, love baby. I'm guessing this is Kristen Mitchell. Thank you, Kristen, for the message. Guys, that is it. Leave more questions. Anything you want to know, if you want to shock us, if you want to see my surprise face on camera, leave something crazy, leave something off the wall, I don't care. But we'll see you guys next time for more questions.